I always say you can't out-supplement an already terrible routine. So if you have bad habits already and your routine's not working for you already, no amount of supplement is going to help you if you are sleeping 5 to 6 hours and you're not actually getting into REM sleep. Welcome to Glow Confessionals. I'm your host, Alicia Courtney, the it girl for real, authentic wellness. This is where we talk about what wellness really looks like. No filters, no trends, just the truth. Let's talk about why you are spending $200 a month on supplements, yet you still feel like shit. Now, I am not anti-supplements. I have a master's in nutrition, and I'm not against using supplements. But are you using it as a band-aid instead of a supplement to an already healthy diet? And I understand. I see you. I know that you are stressed out. You are running on fumes. You are skipping meals. You are drinking coffee for breakfast because you are doing 8 million different things all at once. And I get that because I'm the same way. But are you, again, using the collagen, the magnesium, the adaptogens to help you when in reality you really need a regulated nervous system? You need to sleep, you need to eat. So this is what we're actually discussing on today's episode. And I know we live in a supplement, we live in this world where supplements are a big thing. All over social media, it's like the green powders and the collagens and the magnesiums and the ashwagandha, and there's always something new to take. There's always a new shake, powder, supplement. I get it. And it's really hard not to give into that because everywhere you look, all the influencers are saying, oh my God, I did this product. It made me feel amazing. You need to take it. Peptides are the newest thing now, right? If you're aware of it, you know. And it just gets a little overwhelming. And you're spending all of this money on all of these different things when in reality, do you even know if it's working or not? I always say you can't out-supplement an already terrible routine. So if you have bad habits already and your routine's not working for you already, no amount of supplement is going to help you if you are sleeping 5 to 6 hours and you're not actually getting into REM sleep. If you are eating inflammatory foods that are inflaming your gut, if you are not eating and you're skipping breakfast and you're doing intermittent fasting maybe, or you're just drinking coffee for breakfast, that's not going to help regulate your blood sugars. These supplements are, again, a supplement to an already healthy diet. Because what's happening is when you're not sleeping enough, right? We're in fight or flight mode all the time. Maybe you're dealing with anxiety and your body is just chaotic. Your nervous system is just so dysregulated. Again, no supplement is going to help with that. You need to manage that on a normal basis. If you're not eating enough and you're malnourished, right? No amount of supplements is going to help a diet that doesn't exist, right? If you're already malnourished. And same thing when it comes to working out. You could take the creatines, you could take the branched chain amino acids, but you could take all this shit. But if you're not actually efficient with what you're doing in your routine, supplements are just basically a waste of money. What supplements do I take? I get this question all the time. And okay, well, the supplements I take are because I actually genuinely need them. I don't just go and get supplements just off the cuff. You'll never see me buy the next new thing. I am very I will do my blood work. I will make sure that I actually need that supplement. I don't just take shit to take shit. So let's go through my routine of what I am currently taking. When I work out only on my workout days, I will put electrolytes into my water. I use Pro Mix electrolytes. I love it. It tastes great. And that's what I'm using when I work out. Haven't jumped on the creatine bandwagon yet. I will eventually do a creatine supplement. And when I do one, it will be, I love Pro Mix, and I'm not on anything for them. I don't get paid for that. Maybe one day. But I use Pro Mix everything because I know that they're clean product. And also, oh my God, guys, I'm going to get on a tangent right now. Can we just go with it? I feel like this is real life. When you're looking at supplements also, you want to make sure they're GMP certified. basically, I would say 99% of the supplements on the market are not GMP certified, which means they're not bringing in third-party testers to actually test out their supplements to make sure they are legit. Because FDA does not regulate supplements, so they could kind of do whatever they want and tell you, oh, these are for this, but it's really not. Or they're laced with other shit to make it cheaper, and you think you're getting one thing, you're getting another. Again, like, FDA is not regulating. So if another third party like company is not coming in to test the product, right? If the company is the only one doing the testing, I'm a little iffy on that. And also, you want to make sure, because heavy metals are very, very big with protein powders and protein bars. So are the companies doing heavy metal testing? Question mark. Those are things that I really, really do dive into. So let's get back into what I do. So ProMix, again, is a very clean brand. They are GMP certified, which is very rare, and they do heavy metal testing. So I just love this brand. So I'll do creatine eventually from ProMix because I know it's clean. And I also take a B complex. Now, I had done blood work a long time ago and recognized, like, I found out that I have this mutation where I can't process and break down B vitamins, which is wild. But I could take a regular B vitamin and it won't do anything for me, essentially. Like, I'll just be wasting my money. So I got this test done and I found out that I had the mutation and I can't properly methylate B vitamins. So I take a methylated B vitamin specifically for me because I know that my body needs it already broken down because I can't do it myself. So I take those and I'll have to take that for the rest of my life. Unfortunately, that's just what the mutation is. And then I take vitamin D. I only take it in the winter time because I tested my vitamin D in the summer. It was at 50 and now it's at like 30. So because it's winter. So I always make sure to stay on top of my vitamin D, especially in the winter time. And again, like, I test my vitamin D so I know my levels. And I don't care what anyone says, your levels should be at least 50. If they are below 50, especially, no, men and women, honestly, you really need to take a high quality vitamin D supplement. And because I will tell you that, like, under 50, it like, vitamin D, in my opinion, is a hormone, right? So, like, you need vitamin D. And if you're under 50, you're feeling it. So vitamin D always. And I was taking iron for a very long time because I'm anemic, got blood work done, and I am anemic. So I know, okay, I have to take my iron daily. But guess what? Just found out last week that I'm not anemic anymore. So I only will take iron during my periods now. And that's really all I take. I will say that I am adding more to my regimen because I just had an appointment with my naturopath. And I will be taking cortisol manager because I have a history of having high cortisol. And I'm very stressed out. I'm a very high energy, anxious, stressed person. That's just my nature. It's like a full-time job to regulate my nervous system. So I take a certain supplement to help me just, like, calm the fuck down. So, because I personally am not gonna, and I'm not against it. I just don't take anything. I don't take anxiety meds. I don't take anything. So I will do the natural route. For me, it's cortisol manager, and I love it. And I'm adding, I think, EPAs to my EPA, DHA. I'm adding something else. So I think I'm adding, like, a fat. I don't know. I'm adding something else. I don't really know. I gotta order it. Anyway, what the point is I don't just take shit to take shit, right? I'm not just saying, oh, this influencer said it was great for her and I should take it. Like, for instance, everyone's was doing the Bloom. Was it Bloom? The greens powder, AG1, which, by the way, they just came out with studies that it was filled with heavy metals, and all the things. Like, I don't know what it was. AG1, a bunch of shit just came out about them. I think it was heavy metals, and also just, like, they weren't doing, like, the ingredients weren't, like, what they say they were. I don't know. I don't take any of that shit because the truth is I get it from my diet. And a multivitamin. If you take a multivitamin, again, take a high quality multivitamin because a lot of times you are just fucking wasting your money and you're just peeing it out. So high quality multivitamin is important as we get older, especially. And really, that's it. Unless you don't genuinely need something, I don't recommend that you take it. I don't think that you need 81 different supplements. I think you need to fix your diet. Point blank. You need to make sure that you're eating all the colors. You need to make sure you're eating fiber. You need to make sure you're eating vegetables. You need to make sure you're eating fruit. You need to make sure you're eating all this other shit that actually is real and not processed and like from Mother Nature. And I'm telling you, and I get it. Listen, like the soil is not the same as it used to be. It's depleted. I totally, truly believe that food is not the same as it used to be. And maybe it's not as nutritious as it used to be. So I do think you do need like a multivitamin. But in saying that, again, like go get your blood work tested. Get a vitamins and minerals panel. If you are genuinely concerned about if you need something or you're not sure, go get tested. Because here's the thing, you don't want to take certain things because like if you start taking supplements, sometimes other nutrients will go off balance. It's the same thing with probiotics. Everyone was on the probiotic trend and I never took them because I didn't need them. And most of the people didn't need them. But what was happening was you're taking this probiotic thinking you need all of this and you're on it long term, but then that good bacteria is now outbalancing other bacteria. It's just not it's not good. So again, unless you genuinely need it. And I think the reason that people were jumping on this bandwagon was because they were feeling bloated and gassy and like having GI issues. But the real issue was, don't you have gut inflammation? Aren't you probably eating foods that are just wrong for you and you're not breaking them down properly? Like, right? So again, supplements have a time and place, but you need to address the underlying issues. If you are tired, if you are having gut issues, if you're having hormonal issues, you have to address the underlying problems because supplements are not long-term. I am not taking iron long-term. I'm anemic. I took iron. Now I don't take iron, right? Because I'm not anemic anymore. I take vitamin D only in the winter because I know in the summer I get my vitamin D. Like, there are certain things you just don't need all the time, right? Except for like a multivitamin, and for me it's a B vitamin because I have the mutation. But unless you genuinely know that, okay, like I am depleted in these areas, then you do it for 3 months and you retest and you make sure your levels are good. There is no reason to be on all of these different supplements long term. And the truth is, most of the time your body won't utilize it and you're just peeing it out anyway and just wasting your money. But let's summarize what we spoke about. So supplements are not going to fix a shitty foundation. If you don't have a good foundation when it comes to your sleep, your nervous system regulation, your workouts, and your diet, no supplement on this planet is going to help you, right? You are still going to deal with gut inflammation, hormonal imbalances, blood sugar instabilities. You're still going to deal with brain fog and fatigue, and you're still going to deal with all of that because no supplement in the world is going to just immediately just like get rid of all those things and you're going to be fine. So the foundations, you really should be sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night and going into REM sleep. If you feel like you have no idea, get a sleep tracker. Right? I have Oura Ring. You can get something that actually tracks your sleep. All right, so that's number one because sleep is so important. Number two is you want to regulate your nervous system, which I have a hard time doing, but I do work on it. Meditation, breath work. Maybe if you actually have cortisol issues, if you specifically get tested, that's another thing. All over social media, it's a buzzword now is cortisol. You have high cortisol. Like, the truth is, like, you probably don't. And if you get tested and it does show it, then you could take a supplement for a short term and then get tested again. But I always recommend doing that instead of just taking cortisol supplements because then you can make shit worse because you have no idea. So again, regulating your nervous system, making sure that you're just taking time for yourself is really, really important. For 3, we have our diet. Diet is really important, obviously. Nutrition, making sure that you're eating the correct meals, what you need, the correct nutrients. We go through my balanced plate method in other episodes. 4 parts: fiber, fat, healthy carb, and protein. Making sure that you are building out your plates properly so that way you're stabilizing out your blood sugars and your hormones all day. And also recognizing if you've got inflammation, GI issues, cutting out or eliminating things that you feel are inflaming you, which we spoke about in other episodes: dairy, gluten, soy, like anything like that, and seeing how you feel. 4, working out. Again, you could take the creatine, you could take the branched chain amino acids, you could take all this shit, But if you don't have a efficient workout routine where you're actually seeing results, no creatine in the world is going to help you. So making sure that you are getting a workout in that's specific for you and your goals. So if you are doing a crazy amount of cardio, taking classes 6 to 7 days a week, and you're not seeing body composition changes, just because you're taking creatine, it's not going to fix that. You need to fix the foundations. And these are your 4 foundations: sleep, nervous system regulation, food, and workouts. 4 things. And of course, you always want to hydrate. Make sure you're hydrating. Make sure you go out in nature, get sunlight on your face. Like, very simple things. Make sure you get your steps in. Don't overcomplicate it with all of these extra bells and whistles that you see online, because again, what's right for one person may not be right for you. And I will say, I jumped on the colostrum train. Everyone was taking colostrum. I bought it for $88, some shit like that, and I never took it because I'm like, why? I don't need this. Why am I even taking this? And then I realized it had cow's milk in it, and I don't do cow milk, and I was like, yeah, okay. It's sitting in my cabinet, and I wasted money because I was like, oh, this looks cool, and like I think I need it. And like I just never took it because I was like, I don't know what I need this for. But everyone was talking online, and I fell into that trap. So I understand how you feel. But all in all, try and keep it very simple. Try and keep it really basic. Make sure you don't take things that you do not need. Make sure you are going for blood work and keeping up with your stuff and getting a vitamins and minerals panel. But most of all, most importantly, make sure you are focusing on the 4 foundations of health, because that's what's really going to give you the results. It's not the 20 million supplements you're taking. I hope this episode was helpful. Maybe you'll go into your pantry and look at your supplements and being like, oh, I take way too many supplements. I probably don't need half of these. So I encourage you to do that. And again, hope this was helpful. Hope it shed some light on just supplements and the industry. And don't forget, FDA does not regulate supplements. So make sure you are buying things that are high quality. They do their research. They have articles. Like, make sure you're not just buying some random supplement in the store on the shelf. All right. That is all for today. And I will see you guys next time.